Hello, this is John Montoya, and I'm going to be talking to you today about my planning worksheet for the future evolution of my courses. First thing I want to tackle is I want to show the changes that I'm going to make in a module using the tools in Canvas. So let's take a look. I'm going to land here. This is my rendering class, and I wanted to look at some of the things that I'm using Canvas for. I have turned off many of the functions that I'm no longer using, but as a result of taking this course, I am adding some new things. I had the My Media course, so I can get my Kaltura videos. Also, I have worked in outcomes, although that's not listed now. Let's take a look at the syllabus. So I'm going to take one of the future plans is to take the syllabus I put on this page, but I'm going to make it more of a link, and then I'll be able to link forward to this page to see all the different things that I do. And then I want to also, and this is skipping ahead a little bit, I'm going to add links to the different parts of this course where I might have my Canvas help, also my academic standards, also places where students can go for help with a live link right now. You can click on it and nothing's happening, so I'm going to go through and add those. I do have some here that I've done. This can go to the teaching, and different parts. Let's go back. And technology services. Okay, so that is one. This is what I'm going to look at is, let's go to our class, some of the things that I've incorporated in this class having to do with Canvas and the tools that it offers. I've revamped the discussion, so let's open that up. This is a way for students to share work with each other to bring a sense of community. I am able to take some of the courses, some of the homework, and add them myself. I have an embedded video that shows how to insert a photo, because sometimes students don't know, they might just have a link. And then the students will post their artwork, and other students will comment. So this is great to show different kinds to each other in an online community and enjoy what other people have done. It's a true art show. And students also evaluate each other's work. So we've done in our settings to actually mandate that the students look at each other's work. In Canvas Tools My Media page, we'll have not only the in-class recordings, but I hope to add more Kaltura videos that explain each of the things that I'm doing. Some of the artwork techniques and things will be shown on it. This also bleeds into the social presence, the embedded Kaltura, the format of font tools, and the external links. Other things that we're really taking advantage of the discussions. I want to utilize this page more. Right now, I'm going to have pinned discussions. We did one to build community is cell phone photography. I have students track and find statues on campus, and they can render them. Sometimes students are a little bit shy about rendering people, so we're going to start out with these statues. Student submits a statue, and then they're going to make a drawing from it later. But part of the fun is to capture and frame a picture using the statues as the model. And this is a sense of community. I like this. All right, and students are answering that. Also, let's take a look at some of the course media. This also will help. These are some of the assignments that we do. We do drawing and rendering, and that one looks like it's been taken out, but we'll do have a lot of images, so I'm heavily image content based. At this time, I've just jumped over into my computer software class for Autodesk Revit. I wanted to highlight some of the things on the first start page. These third-party external supports, have been able to embed those, so I can open it up and it'll take me to the Revit support group. So embedded modules there, embedded links, and then also want to highlight canvas orientation. Placing each of these topics is a hot link that will take me to any of the topics that I need. So third party, canvas, and then of course this is where I will add my own. I have the review syllabus. I want to have this more lively so that it takes me to the online, but while I'm here, please note the successful use of the banner. We're going to have a banner. We're organizing information through solid blocks, course descriptions, and this is part of the UVU template. I have made modifications because I personally like a little bit more color, a lot more pictures. But here's a hot link, the textbook for Autodesk, and I have the course textbook link. I have 2 free chapters in it, so I don't supply the entire book, but at least to get started on that first week. I would like to showcase now my additional resources, and for this we'll drop over to my class for the Advanced AutoCAD. Advanced AutoCAD doesn't come with a textbook. It assumes students know from a previous class. So therefore, it does rely on more explanation videos. And these videos are included here, where I read a PowerPoint to talk about the floor plan dimensions and notes.
Video talking about chapter 17.
Also has the capture for the wording. Have included YouTube videos and also our own produced in-house videos to talk about the work that the student will perform. Let's take a look at our module layout. We can see the clarity that we're trying to impose on it. Now I have a lot more breakout things that are happening, and honestly this module is too big, but sometimes I showcase too much. So I'm learning a little simplicity. I'm going to have a title sheet with the overview, videos page, and then the thing is with architecture is that we have so much information that comes at you at once because we're talking about drawing, building materials, and then how do you put all this together? Because there's many parts that creates a construction document. So it's very complicated. I do have as my additional resources the PowerPoint from the publisher. While I use these, what I'd like to do in the future is to talk over them and give more direction, simplify these PowerPoints because a lot of the information may or may not apply to what we're doing. So we're going to take care of that. Let's go back, and then I will also see what other things here. I have broken up. We do have parts of software, and this is yet another complexity of this particular class is that for the drawing software, what we're using is Revit, and sometimes it needs these little libraries that go into the program. And let me do a quick look at the program itself. This is the monster that I work with. And we're trying to not just teach drawing, but also to teach building materials at the same time. So it's 2 classes in one. It gets to be a lot, so simplification is what is important here. A little glimpse of the software that I'm teaching just so that you can see the complexity of it. This is Revit software, and what it does is it will render a 3D model. And so each of these things is explained on an online format, which means I have to go 360 and make sure that I understand the students' questions before they have them. or if not, have a little time to locate. And so you can see here a house, and it's a lot of fun, very interesting work, but a little bit harder to explain in an online format. But we've done a good job of it with the staff. So let's go see for our evaluation. Okay, in my class for our assessments, to make sure that the students are performing and learning what we want them to learn, we have incorporated the rubrics. And let's just take a look at our rubrics assessment set. Most of the projects have them. It's a matter of getting in there and creating one. We have our ratings, which we will do high and low grades. And this gives us something, gives me something, or a proctor who can come in and say, okay, it does have these things that are called out, size and location, different specifics to a building, and then those are graded as to how much the student has given us in comparison to that grading scheme. In working with academic standards, we want academic integrity. I currently have things listed out on a page, but in the future I want to have more hot links that will show me where the student where they can go to find out more information as to our policies in the department. And lastly, I will go through and look at the UVU rubric critical comments and incorporate the UVU template for course design. And we want to show that while we are following many of these things currently, we're going to continue, and I'll go over the class again, coursework, to modify things, to create, most importantly, 4-15 clear and concise instructions, which is important. Sometimes students say, I'm not quite sure what we're doing. This will really help that. We will also have a clear connection between synchronous and asynchronous online learning activities. Sometimes I have a ground class, but I have the same class online, and it's important for me to keep track of that. Accessible technology tools, I showed those earlier, and frequent and appropriate methods to access the mastery of content. We want to make use of the mastery tool. Let's take a look at how this complies with the UVU course design rubric. I'm going to go back to that. This is going to be our advanced Revit class. If you look at the modules, this one has probably received the most attention from me as far as breaking up things, making here's what a newer version looks like. I have a banner which is about the topic. I have the title. Usually an informational video will take place, and preferably some of my own work. The learning objectives are stated, and we'll have a few of these to set that week up. So the week will be talked about, the overview, and then the activities that will happen. This is the to-do list. We're going to watch and complete things. You're going to complete these things, and then we're going to have everything neatly organized, and it reappears week after week, so that the student gets into a familiarity with the program. This has been a very helpful course in the Online Teaching Academy. I have learned a lot of new tools, some tools that I've had but I didn't really know how to use them, and then just a broad overview of all the things that we've covered has been very helpful to me to re-examine and look at my own content to see if it's up to par and what things can really flow. So I want to say that this course was like an iron, and it took out a lot of the wrinkles in my courses, and I'm very happy with it, and I realized there really is a ton of things out there that you could do. Picking and selecting is one of the most important things, but also to remain clear and concise is of vital importance. Thank you very much for the course, and I hope that I have shared the relevant content that I have learned.